Hello, welcome to the Monday Business News Report. We now bring a feature on the show today looking at the trading pattern of the Naira. FOREX turnover rose sharply by 173.3% at the close of last week. The foreign exchange window, which remained stable against the dollar, to close at about 395 Naira to the dollar during the intra-day trading on Thursday, and also maintaining its rate on Friday as well. Also, the Naira appreciated significantly against the dollar, closing at 470 Naira to the dollar at the parallel market earlier on Thursday, as the CBN series of new policies on Forex markets seems to be having a significant impact on the black market. Now, the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, says that the Apex Bank is targeting about $2 billion inflow monthly from diaspora remittances, as he also accuses some international money transfer operators of trying to resist its new policy. Also, the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria President Aminu Gwadabe has also blamed the crash of the Naira on illegal activities that include hoarding, speculation, illegal cash evacuations through the nation's borders, use of the dollar for gratification, and much more. Well, it's now time to discuss the trading pattern of the Naira and what's the forecast for this new week. In our Lagos studio, I have with me to discuss this finance analyst Adeola Ojo. Good to have you on the breakfast show today.
Good morning.
One of the biggest issues we've seen in the last quarter, let's say from the start of this year, is the free fall we've seen in terms of how the Naira has traded quite poorly. But due to certain interventions of the CBN, we are seeing a gradual comeback. Yeah. At this point in time, what's your forecast for this new week? Based on the performance we also saw last week, it was quite a Herculean situation to have to maneuver through, looking at the Naira trading almost 500 Naira to the dollar.
You see me, I'm actually grinning, I'm smiling at this period because this was just a reflection of what happened in 2016. And from your question, what will be the analysis for this week? I will say from my own point of view that Naira is going to appreciate going forward with the current policies of the CBN. If it's going to be maintained and if it's going to be followed through, it's going to appreciate. Between now and the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to see some level of appreciation.
And talking about the role of the CBN as well in terms of injecting liquidity into the market, that's the only plan that we have, quote-unquote, sustainable plan. How sustainable do you think this would be in the long run? It is actually being said, in the long run, all of us, we are dead. But at this period in time, I will say, in the short run, it's a measure that is good, that for a developing economy like ours, there are 3 measures. We have a pegged, what we call fixed exchange rate. We have what we also have as float exchange rate. Then we also have what we have as managed float. At this period in time, CBN is trying to do what they call managed float, whereby we have a fixed as well as float system of those. And in the context of the situation of things as of now, I believe in the shortest possible period, what CBN is doing is okay. But in the long run, it's not sustainable because even our foreign exchange, as it is at 5.7 billion, cannot sustain our consumption as of today. And the role of speculators at this point in time, these are one of the individuals that heighten the fears we have in the market. Some sharp practices like hoarding as well, those have been what have ruled sentiment over the past few weeks that continue to pump fear into the market.
Let me just tell you this. Well, the problem with Nigerians is Nigerians, are we, the people of Nigeria. Because at one time or the other, every problem that we have in this country, it is the people. The issue of speculation, the issue of hoarding, it is by us. Banks, the people that are given this money to oversee, government officials, they are the ones responsible. And that is the reason why the CBN, the Monetary Authority, and even those who are in charge of fiscal authority should actually come up to help monitor this. In 2014, 2004, 2005, immediately after the banking consolidation, Soludo and his team were able to put all measures in place to monitor this. And we could see the effect upon the economy because by the time banks were, those MTOs, banks were monitored then by CBN, this issue of Forex issues were resolved, coupled with
good money that was in place as a result of the consolidation that came into play. So basically, I would say effective monitoring of CBN and the fiscal authority could do go a long way in helping to monitor and help to address this problem in this country.
Do you think we can silence the noise of speculators?
Yes, it is possible.
But these are integral third-party participants in the market.
We can do without them, basically. In a working economy, it is possible for us not to do with them. In the US, in UK, most of the time, we don't deal with them. We don't deal with them. It is just this way and manner things are. Nigerians' way of doing things, we are just unique in our doing things. Because we want to cut corners, we want to maximize profit, we want to make money, we want to keep the thing so that we can, at the end of time, when everybody is suffering, we now come up with our own thing. We just want to hoard. It is in our DNA, and I think it's a thing we need to undo and solve at this period of time.
Since the resumption of sale of Forex to the Bureau de Change operators of Nigeria, we've seen about over $1 billion sold to the BDCs at this point in time. Now, what sort of integration do you now expect in terms of engagement between the CBN and then members of the Association of Bureau de Change operators to help deal or stem the tide of speculators and the unnecessary volatility we keep on seeing in the market?
Yeah, there are two ways. In the rule or in the act, actually set each of them up. Actually, the Bureau de Change have their duty. The central bank has its duty. Investor and the exporters window also have its own duty. The Bureau de Change was supposed to work together with CBN to make sure that this aspect of Forex is addressed in the economy. And the law actually gave them the mandate to report daily to CBN what they are able to sell. Who they gave the money to. Have an account. There is a particular reporting sheet that they're supposed to submit daily and sometimes weekly to CBN. So I believe that CBN and the Bureau de Change operators should work together. They should follow, like I said, monitor the reports they are giving. Make sure they give those reports. And at the end of time, I believe that if they're able to synergize their focus, their vision, their ideals, and their ideas, the economy is going to be better for it. And if we are also going to deal with rent seeking, because majorly it is the issue of rent seeking that is causing even the banks, the Bureau de Change, and even the CBN not to be able to do their things.
We're seeing activities gradually improve on the local front as well as globally, despite the fact that there are fears of a second wave of the COVID-19 and much more. But at this point in time now, how do you think we should also address the issue of supply and demand and also putting a peg on scarcity of Forex?
Basically, the CBN is actually trying to address the issue of supply in the economy, because one of the challenges we have is CBN buys, or the money comes in, they buy, they keep, and they begin to allocate. Now, by the time we're able to get direct remittance to the end user in the economy, at one time or the other, the banks will have money, the individuals will have money, the aspect of supply will be made available. Then if the Bureau de Change also, because by the time I get $1 from remittance, $2 billion every month comes in, if the Bureau de Change also have access to that money, it's going to make supply available in the economy. And by the time such is available in an economy, businesses actually, because when I have free access to those money, I can actually make trade. Then when I make demand, I don't need to wait on the queue, because there is much, I don't know how I'm going to put it, but the issue is that there will be enough supply, there will be, the part of demand also will be met, and at the end, the economy will be able to grow.
Now, let's also look at this forecast from the Central Bank of Nigeria as well, which is also targeting about $2 billion on a monthly basis in terms of inflow from diaspora remittances. Do you think that's way too optimistic?
It is not too optimistic, actually. It is in reality, because
we expect quite a sharp drop in terms of remittances from diaspora.
I do not believe that, because basically I think at this period in time, yes,
you understand we have limited funds.
Yes,
COVID-19 is
caused some challenges in one area or the other, but the way and manner Nigerians actually live, sometimes that's one of the things about economics. It's a social science. It looks at the behavior of humans. The way and manner we do things in Nigeria, we are, in a way, we have family integration. So the issue of home, people at home, they need to get this, I need to send this to them, school fees, that is possible, actually. And from the position of Governor Emefiele, he was making reference to a similar country with the same geographical setting like Nigeria, Pakistan. And he said they have about $2 billion monthly, $24 billion a year. So when you look at that also, and you also look at the historical antecedents of these things, of remittances in Nigeria, it is not too much optimistic thing. It is reality. It is possible. It is achievable.
What's your focus as well for the Naira as we are closing the year gradually? We still have a few more days to go till 2021. Do you think we'll see, with all of the play out you've seen in terms of liquidity injection and also looking at silencing speculators and just addressing issues of holding as well, do you think we'll still see the Naira maintain this steady rate? Do you think it will plunge, or do you think it would appreciate further?
As it is now, if every other, like you said, ceteris paribus, every other thing remains the same, I believe the economy, the forex, whatever, is going to appreciate. There will be much more money in the economy. If we're able to take care of hoarding, speculators, in the rent seeking and everything, we're going to have
quite
money.
Optimistic.
Basically, I am. I am.
Thank you very much.
I just want to beg even the authorities, the monetary authorities and the fiscal authorities, to please sit up, do their duties.
Thank you very much for your time on the breakfast show today.
Thank you so much.
Ojo, it's been a pleasure.